I mean, you cannot tell me Devin White, God, I don't get it. He just pulls his hand away. Doesn't even try to push the runner out of bounds. What am I seeing there? Being the masochist that I am, I decided to rewatch the game today. I got about 10 minutes into it, and I felt like I just had to make a video on this. I don't know what I'm seeing here, and I really need your help to let me know if what I think I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. I've got this one play in particular, and this was the Deebo Samuel score for a touchdown. It's a pitch, goes out here. Deebo comes and he runs and gets right on the sideline and he runs down. The number one defender on this should be Tryon, number 9. He ends up getting blocked down by this tight end. And to me, it looks like there's holding here. If you could see right there, it looked like he got inside of Tryon and holds him, yanks him a little bit, just keeps him from being able to go outside and get containment, cause Deebo to come back in the middle. So that right there, Tryon getting blocked by a tight end, not good. We'll have to look at all 22 and see if we could see some holding there. You've got Golston, who gets pushed, but he goes after the quarterback, ends up making a great tackle on the quarterback here, but that's of no value because the play is right over here. So those two guys are pretty much taken out of the picture. So if we look, we've got an unblocked back end guy. Now, normally when this happens, you want this guy to run down the back of the line and tackle from behind. He instead takes this route. Gets caught up a little bit in the scrum there. So, okay. He's going to go this way. As you can see, he runs and kind of like right here just kind of stops. I mean, as you can see, Deebo goes 10 yards before Nelson even takes 3 steps. Okay, so you got that. We're going to look at this from a couple different angles. Right here, boom, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got a safety back here unblocked. These guys are unblocked, okay? Now, 22 engages with 69, puts a shoulder into him, boom, right there. And 22 eventually gets free from this and has a possibility of making a tackle. 54 comes in. He's got the chance to shoot in between and make the tackle, or at least cause Deebo Samuel to cut back. But instead what he does is he decides to engage with 85 on the block. This reminds me of that Mike Smith defense. We used to do this all the time. Always engage with a blocker. Doesn't make any sense with me. I mean, Levante David, probably his best skill is block avoidance. But here he goes, he puts a shoulder into it. Now that's fine. It looks like he's trying to push the tight end back into the runner right there. Doesn't work. But then he gives up on the play. As you can see, 54, he just kind of trots along in the back. Okay, that leaves us with two guys. You've got Devin White, and then you've got the safety in the back. Here's where things get crazy. You see Devin White's coming over right here. Devin White, for one, he takes this angle. Okay, now at the least, he should have tackled or knocked Deebo Samuels out of bounds right up in this area, at the very minimum. Now, he should have come across and got him over here, but he doesn't. He comes down like this and then loops like that. Now, Deebo Samuels has got some speed. Maybe he didn't realize how much speed he had, but right here you see Neal, 22. He's got a chance at Deebo. Doesn't touch him. Doesn't even try. Then 45. He comes up. Doesn't even touch him. Doesn't even try. I don't know if 22 thought that maybe 45 had him. 45 thought maybe 22 was in the way. I mean, you see 45's got his hand out and he's kind of pushing on 22 to get out of the way. But then, and we'll look at this from a different angle, and it's crazy. It's crazy what happens here. 45 does not make the tackle, doesn't even push him out of bounds, doesn't even put a hand on him. I know it looks like he does right there, but he doesn't. And then you've got 26, the safety. Don't know what's going on here. You see him coming into the picture. He's right here. He's on the 5-yard line. He ends up taking this route. I don't know what is going on here. He ends up doing this and coming and doesn't even keep him from going in the end zone. I mean, so you've got 3 guys here. 3 guys. Nelson should be up in this mix. 54 should be up in this. I don't know what Hicks was doing. But Deebo Samuel just ran past all of our guys. All right, here's the play from the end zone angle. Now, you can see the safety is lined up right with the running back. So let's look at that real quick. Right here, the safety has only gone 3 yards. The running back Deebo Samuel has gone 10 yards. Okay, so we know that the safety comes down and he's about on the 5-yard line right here before he starts to cut in and makes contact right here. So he comes down like this and then loops back up. All in the time that it takes Deebo Samuel to run way out of here, come down this line, and go this way. It just doesn't seem. You've got, look, Hicks is completely unblocked. He's open. You know, you got 54. They've engaged with their blockers. Okay. You got Devin White over here somewhere. He's unblocked. He's going to come in the picture. So right here, Devin White. Nothing. Neal doesn't get a hand on him. Hicks is just jogging around. David's already given up. The safety's coming in. Why in the world doesn't he? I don't understand it. Why would you take an angle like this? I think the safety honestly thought that these guys were going to get him. Okay, so we've got that angle, but here's the crazy part. Okay, you see 22 Neal. He's free. He's coming up. Watch White. He puts his hand out and then brings it back. Right there. What's he doing? There's his hand. He brings it down and moves it out of the way. He doesn't even touch Deebo Samuels. He actually avoids touching him right there. What is this? Here's his arm. Why does he bring it down? And then trails it behind him. He doesn't try to push Deebo Samuels. He doesn't try to tackle. Neal doesn't try to tackle. I mean, it does look like White gets in the way of Neal there. And then White just runs right by him. I mean, you tell me if I'm crazy there, but we had 4 or 5 unblocked guys. Nobody touched Deebo Samuels until the safety hit him right before he went in the end zone. Why did Devin White avoid contact? I mean, he literally stuck his hand out and then moved it and then stuck it behind him so he didn't touch the guy. I mean, was Devin White worried about getting a horse collar tackle there? I don't know. That's baffling to me. Now, we saw this problem. Devin White did this in the Atlanta game, the last half of the Atlanta game, and he was avoiding contact. I mean, you had Hicks, 22 Neal, 45 White, 98 Nelson, and eventually 26 comes in and gets some contact. But you had 5 unblocked guys. 2 of them were right next to the runner and didn't even touch him. I don't know. This is very strange. This game was strange. I only got 5 minutes into it before I was like, I got to get a video out there and see if I'm hallucinating here. You guys help me out. Did I see what I think I saw? Do we know why that would happen? I mean, I can understand taking bad angles. I can understand getting caught up in blocks. You know, it's not good. You don't want that to happen. But I cannot understand not even attempting to push somebody out of bounds when you could. Actively avoiding contact. This doesn't bode well for the rest of this game. I can't wait to see the All-22 when it comes out. I think I'm going to be livid. I think I'm going to be very upset at how the Bucs performed. And I got to try to wipe my brain clean because I don't want bias going into it, expecting to look for this stuff and everything. But that right there, I mean, you cannot tell me Devin White, God, I don't get it. He just pulls his hand away. Doesn't even try to push the runner out of bounds. What am I seeing there? I don't know, guys. Help me out. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Stay tuned for the All-22 film coming out. Things I found interesting. It'll probably be out tomorrow evening. And we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. Till next time, go Bucs.